physician. I'm working in Mississauga in a general practice, and I'm president of Vital Signs, as Maggie mentioned. Vital Signs is a company focused on developing personal health monitoring technology. We're going to be featured on Dragon's Den February 15th at 8 p.m. You can learn a little bit about our product at that time, but I'm really here tonight to talk to you about a new approach to health. I'm hoping that by the end of this small presentation, you each have a better understanding of how you can become healthier, live longer, and how much more power you all have than I have as a physician. Physicians are becoming a part of a spectrum of healthcare providers, and at the center of that big circle is you. Personal healthcare has to be driven by the individual, and as Maggie mentioned, I started on my quest because of a request from a Taoist monk to show people why they should stretch between the heart and the kidneys, so I'm going to help you explore that today. Aortic stiffness is a parameter that popped up about 20 years ago as something scientists found interesting. It had an inconvenient little fact associated with it. Aortic stiffness, stiffness of the big blood vessel running from the heart down through the chest and the abdomen, predicts the risk of death from all causes. That makes no sense to doctors. Doctors are used to being discriminative. Things cause illness. As you drill down, you find the specific thing that's causing the problem that leads to a very specific treatment. The idea that one parameter can predict the risk of death from all causes, basically acting as an overall assessment of health, estimating lifespan, is shocking. What are doctors doing wrong? To a large extent, doctors are ignoring, at least the Western medical system, we're ignoring the long tradition of Eastern and Ayurvedic healthcare, which has for many, many centuries focused on the spinal axis, maintaining mobility of the body, keeping all of the body moving in a way that doesn't interfere with circulation of blood in the blood vessels, lymphatic fluid, and cerebrospinal fluid that flows up the spine and around your brain. Modern medicine hasn't focused on the importance of breathing as an engine of health. So hopefully we'll get a little bit deeper into that. The aorta is just anterior, just in front of the spinal column. And aortic stiffness is really giving us an indication of stiffness along the spinal axis. The spine is the thing that forms the backbone in terms of structure and function for the body. If there is increasing stiffness of the spine, there's going to be increasing stiffness of the chest and the diaphragm muscle. Every time you breathe, that diaphragm muscle drops and massages your liver, your spleen, your kidneys, your stomach, your pancreas, all of your internal organs that are keeping you all alive. And if you want to have good health and live to a ripe old age, you need to monitor your internal health and ensure that your internal organs receive a massage, getting good microcirculation. How many of you have made chicken liver? Hardly anyone, it's not in vogue these days, but the liver is soft and squishy. So are the kidneys, so is the spleen. Your internal organs are like little sponges. Every time you drop that diaphragm, you're squeezing out the bad blood and in comes the good. With every single breath, you pump blood through your organs. With every breath, if you have good core mobility, good mobility of the spine, the rib cage, the diaphragm, and so forth, with every breath, you pump fluid up and around the brain, through the brain, and back down again. This is aortic stiffness, graft against age. It gradually increases, but look at the wide scatter there at any one age. You have an opportunity to improve your flexibility, decrease aortic stiffness, be healthier, and live longer. Get rid of your doctor and start hiking on the Bruce Trail. There's many, many scientific articles stating that aortic stiffness really is a predictor of death from all causes. It's not in doubt, but no one's really heard about it because doctors don't know what to do about it. If you look at the pulse signal, as you get older, because of increasing aortic stiffness, the shape of the pulse changes. It's not hard to see. It's one of those obvious things that no one's really commented on before. A promising biomarker likely to be useful in younger adults with low to moderate risk. That sounds really complicated, but really, all it's saying is, if you're in your 30s, if you do a measurement of aortic stiffness, it's not hard to tell if you're at high risk for heart disease, stroke, dementia, and a bunch of other stuff that's going to get you if you don't stay mobile and allow your body with each breath to maintain health and support organ function. Exercise works. Exercise works predictably. The harder you work, the better the effect. Many, many articles support this. Every single person should say, I brush my teeth every day, I should work my body and keep it mobile every day. If you're older and you've exercised, you will have improved aortic stiffness. Improved aortic stiffness, better core mobility. It doesn't matter when you start, just do it. This is the equipment that previously was used to measure aortic stiffness. Costs about $25K, requires a skilled technician, and a pressure sensor in the neck and the groin. This is a research tool. People need access to this information in order to guide themselves. Aortic stiffness improves with exercise, a good diet rich in omega-3, and stress management. The iHeart internal age product my company's come up with uses a small, inexpensive fingertip sensor to look at the pulse wave, look at the changes in the pulse wave associated with aortic stiffness, and give a reading in 30 seconds. The pulse wave tells it all. The information's been there forever. Nobody's really looked. Aortic pulse wave velocity, the speed with which the pulse races down and up, is the parameter that relates to aortic stiffness, and it's the way scientists have measured it. Thank you so much for listening. I want each and every one of you to realize the true power you have to maintain health by simply giving your body the mobility it needs so that with each breath, you support your life and you get to live a long, long time.
Perfect. Any questions?
So, is it already readily available? Can we buy it right now? Yeah. And the second question is, can you send the data to your doctor? Is there some sort of connectivity or a roadmap towards that?
The iHeart internal age oximeter is wireless. It connects to iOS devices. We're going to have Android functionality soon. It is connected up to the web as well. Every single person that gets an oximeter, this is an oximeter, has the data sent to a portal. You have a secure web page there, and you can print your results off and take them to your doctor. Will your doctor understand what those results mean? Hopefully in a few years, yeah. The data that comes out of this is probably the most powerful cardiovascular risk indicator. My company will be going for Health Canada certification and then promoting it as a tool to allow doctors to identify those people at higher risk and get them involved in lifestyle management in a more aggressive way. It is available for purchase, by the way, at our website. Thank you very much.
I want to ask how much it costs.
Yeah, how much does it cost?
The cost right now is $195 US. We're going to be bringing out iHeart version 2 in about 6 months. At about half of that cost, iHeart version 2 will be able to do a measurement of your blood pressure, systolic and diastolic, in 30 seconds just using an optical sensor as well.
Hi. How often do you expect someone to take measurements with this device? And another one was, do you think this would work as a watch, like integrated into a watch?
This is the anti-Fitbit. You don't wear it all the time. You throw it in a drawer and forget about it. And every couple of weeks, you check in. You want to see if going for a walk a day helped. You want to see if maybe turning off the lights a little bit earlier helped. You want to see if maybe eating a little fish helped. Maybe cutting down on your coffee. It's a guide to you optimizing your lifestyle choices. What was the second part of the question?
Well, it's kind of related. Like, would you see this working in a watch?
So yeah, it uses a light sensor, which requires a light source and a light photodiode, that sort of thing. It can be built into a watch. You would then put your finger on the watch on top of the sensor. The reason it can't be used in the same way that Fitbit or a number of other companies do heart rate is because the blood supply in the wrist isn't adequate to give us the sort of quality signal we need. This is the world's highest sampling rate, highest resolution oximeter, and it brings in the pulse signal in a way that lets us find an aortic reflected wave.
Perfect. Thank you so much. If you have other questions, you're going to be around after.
I'll hang out over to my right here if anyone wants to find out how long they're going to live. You can pop in. I'll be nice.
Thank you so much. And